Okay, hey guys, my name's Peter Gash. I'm the pilot of the Cessna caravan we're flying in here today, is out to the Great Barrier Reef and further beyond to where we're going today, out in the Coral Sea Islands. Fantastic area, really unique part of the world, and we're going out to meet with the Nomad Sportfishing Adventures boat, Damon Olson's operation. It's about an hour 40 minutes in the caravan. It's about 240 nautical miles from here heading out. So it's quite a long flight, fantastic flight. The caravan, as you can see, made in the USA, magnificent piece of machinery manufactured in Wichita in Kansas, and the engine is a Pratt & Whitney turboprop built up in Montreal in Canada. So the flight is a very enjoyable, very smooth flight. It'll take us out over Fraser Island, and Jose's going to sit up the front with me, do a bit of flying, get himself all organised when he gets back to the Bahamas and gets on his own float plane. So we're going to have a bit of a chat and a bit of a pilot's talk on the way out.
You know, there's fishing trips, and then there are those fishing trips that you dream about all your life and get a chance to do maybe once in your life. And this trip on the Nomad in the Coral Sea was just one of those once-in-a-lifetime trips.
Randall, Damon, how you doing? How are you, buddy? Good to meet you all. Good to meet you. Yeah, it's excellent.
This looks like Kansas,
yeah, it's all good. How's that, Damon?
Damon, how are you? Nice to meet you.
You too.
Finally.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
We started out conceptualizing this whole thing, you know, almost a year ago, where a friend of mine, Randall Byron, was talking to me about Damon and his dream to build a boat that would actually house a group of anglers and a crew and be a mothership with a whole satellite contingent of, you know, dories and game boats to go fish some of the really remote places of the Coral Sea. So where we are is literally 300 miles from the coast of Australia in the Coral Sea, and the Nomad is home, in essence. You know, it's home base. There is nothing out here, and there's nothing out here for hundreds of miles. So the Nomad is the home, you know, and that's it.
Have you ever been able to do any fishing for these GTs before?
I'd never have to, no.
Oh, we'll have to get you hooked onto a big one because it's quite an experience.
There's a lot of, you know, I mean, a lot of these fish are first time, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah, first time.
That's great.
Absolute first time.
Because I mean, I love catching stuff for the first time. You
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
Don't get to do it too often. Yep.
Oh, guess what?
Whoa, we're on. Yeah. Well done. What you got here?
I don't know, but it's something. Look at that. Looks
Oh,
like
you
a
got some green jobfish.
No way, really?
Yeah, green jobfish on a popper. That's pretty cool. Have you caught these before, these green
this is my
jobfish?
first
Really?
green. Yeah, Randall was telling me about them and stuff.
Awesome. They're a real sort of prehistoric looking thing. When we get him in, you have a look at their teeth and everything.
God, it looks like a cross between a snapper and a wrasse.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you look at the teeth on the things,
Right?
and you know they're
Yeah.
they got real big teeth. And
My first green jobfish, although
I mean,
it's kind of blue looking.
yeah, well, the see along the back there sort of got the green
Gotcha,
scales,
gotcha.
but the fins on them, they just got
Right, huh?
beautiful colour. Really nice colours, you know.
Right, little
Good
guy.
stuff. Send him home. Away he goes.
It's amazing how hardy that fish is. Did you see
Oh,
him?
there,
Look at him.
yeah, he's
I
gone.
can't believe that.
Yeah, good stuff. First
Way to go,
fish at
brother.
Wreck Reef. Well done. Excellent. Little Halco.
It's starting to grow.
Yeah, he's starting to grow. Yeah.
Starting to grow a little more.
I think you might have a doggy here. Yep, doggy. You got a doggy.
There we go.
Dog-tooth tuna, mate. You're on.
Dog-tooth tunas.
There's a good fish.
I've been reading about those things for a long time. You don't know how many articles I've read about these things, how many pictures. Oh, I'm so excited.
Your first dog-tooth tuna, is it?
I'm all nervous, man. Don't make me any more nervous than I am, okay?
Spanish Fly is brought to you by SHIMANO, tomorrow's tackle today. Mercury, #1 on the water. Rapala, your best shot at a world record. The Florida Keys in Key West. Come as you are.
We're fishing a set of reefs in the Coral Sea, actually way, way beyond the Great Barrier Reef. You know, literally we're close to 300 miles from Hervey Bay, which is one of the closest points of the mainland of Australia. So we're out in the Pacific Ocean. I mean, out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, literally. It's the bro power. There's species in the world that, you know, you've read articles about, I've read articles about, and you look at some of these pictures of some of these dogfish or some of these giant trevallies or some of the weird tropical reef fish that they have here, and you just dream about some of these things because they're so exotic and unavailable in so many other places. It's a place where you can come and have many firsts. You know, your first time, you know, in a location like this, your first time on the maiden voyage of a boat that's in, you know, a very remote, undiscovered place, and your first time for catching a bunch of different species of fish you've never caught before. Damon is up there, and as he's running along, he's looking for marks on the recorder and, you know, little rises, and not only rises on the bottom, but how the schools of fish mark above that. He gets right over the spot, he tells you to drop, and you're right in the zone where you're going to catch fish. So, you know, Damon really is, you know, one of the bigger integral parts of this team.
Whoa, we're on. Yes. I don't know what it is. He's not charging off yet.
It's not a big fish, bro.
Sometimes these doggies take a little while to get their
really, to get going?
Get their gear sorted out. But oh, here we go.
It's starting to grow.
Yeah, he's starting to grow. Yeah.
Starting to grow a little more.
I think you might have a doggy here. Might have a little one, maybe. Yep, doggy. You got a doggy.
There we go.
Your turn, tuna, mate. You're on. Beautiful.
How aggressive do I need to be with him?
Oh, no, just do what you're doing. That's fantastic. I'll just back up and keep you off the ledge here. You're going great. There's a good fish. Following the lead. It's a good fish. You can probably back that drag off just a touch with him near the boat here now. Let him have a bit of a run and do what he needs to do.
We're off the ledge, eh?
Yeah, we're off the ledge. We're in the deeper water here, so
okay, good. Oh, I'm so excited.
Your first dog-tooth tuna, is it?
I'm all nervous, man. Don't make me any more nervous than I am, okay?
Hey, you've hooked him up. That's the first challenge with a dog-tooth.
Yeah.
They're hard enough to get hooked up. You've done well.
Thanks, man.
You did the typical dog-tooth thing. You see, they sort of thought he was a small fish.
Yeah, I thought it was a small fish and he started growing.
They all seem to do that. They just don't know that they're hooked, and then all of a sudden, bang, they just grow.
I tell you, these little short rods make it easy, you know?
Oh, they do.
Oh, hell of a lot.
Those
really
rods are just fantastic. They really are good. And they put more action into the jig as well.
Absolutely.
He's a nice fish, this one.
Oh my God, look at that.
Be, you know, probably 25 kilos, I reckon.
Awesome.
Could be a touch bigger.
You don't know how many articles I've read about these things, how many pictures.
Oh, there's two following him. Oh, look at that. How awesome is that?
Go that side. I'm going to lift the door up, so just be careful here.
All right, you got it. You got it. Holy moly, check that thing out,
Look at the size of it.
Right.
Nice one.
Oh, nice doggy.
God, look at that thing.
Nice
that is
dog
weirded
tape.
out.
If you can, just sort of swim it towards the back here.
Coming at you.
Yep.
That's it. I got him.
Now we'll have to get that deck wash ready to go and put the hose in his mouth.
Woohoo!
Well done.
Nice one,
Good
man.
fish.
Brother.
There you go.
Look at that.
Excellent.
Great stuff. All right, we'll get the hose in his mouth. You've got to get these things back in the water pretty quickly, unfortunately.
The size of the eyes.
I know, huh?
Huge.
That is a weird looking fish. It looks, I swear, like a cross between a kingfish and a tuna.
Yeah. All right, we better.
All right, we done?
We better slide him back in. Hopefully he'll swim off.
There he goes.
There he goes.
Yeah,
Baby, get it.
Sorta. Kick.
Come on, mate. You can do it. Yep.
Kick.
He's away. He's fine.
Way to go, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
No worries at all.
Good stuff. Well done. Good fish.
That is
Good
that's
fight.
another first.
Well, there you go. Green jawfish and a dogtooth tuna.
These things work good.
Yeah, they work well, those jigs. They're
Do not
good.
be afraid of the butterfly.
Oh, we're on! Another one! Yeah!
The size of that rainbow runner. Oh, God. That's gotta be like a world record rainbow runner, dude. You can see it in Damon, you know, and just, you know, how he's reading the water, how much time he spends in a certain spot, you know, what his options are. You know, you got to remember, this is the maiden voyage for that ship, you know, so a lot of what they've discovered in this area they've only discovered in the past month. You know, it's not like they've been fishing here for years and years on end and they have a pool of experience to draw from.
Oh, we're on! Another one! Yeah! He probably hasn't started fighting yet. He's tail beating one. I'm not sure what he's doing. He hasn't. Oh no, it's a doggy.
The doggy?
Yeah, I think so. He's coming
shaking
up.
his head, coming up.
Yeah, he's got the yellow tail.
With him. Can see him?
Oh, there's more with him. Look at this. They're at the back of the boat.
Whoa! Dropping rubber.
Look at him. Where's he gone?
He's under the boat.
Hang on. Have you got him? I can't. Good stuff.
All right, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Look at him run. Yeah, get the pop red. Oh, hang on. Is that a doggy or is that a big rainbow runner?
That's a kingfish, isn't it?
Looks like a massive rainbow runner.
Is that what that is? Look at the size of that rainbow runner.
That's got to be the biggest rainbow
That
runner
is the
I've ever
biggest,
seen.
without a doubt, that's the biggest rainbow runner I've ever seen.
That's enormous.
Yeah, bring them on in.
Whoa, look at that.
Oh, God. That's gotta be like a world record rainbow runner, dude. Yeah, let's get a picture with him with a jig in.
That is huge.
Yeah, perfect.
Look at it.
Get my cam, Mikey.
I can't believe it. It's like a kingfish.
Awesome. You know what? That is the best. Have you ever had a sashimi? That is the best sashimi you'll ever eat in a whitefish. Yeah. Cool, man.
There he goes.
Good stuff.
Nice one, man.
That was a
Another
bit of
first.
fun.
That's my biggest rainbow
Really?
runner ever. Yeah, are you kidding me? Cool.
It's a nice fish, this one. I'm not sure if it's a doggy or a GT yet. I'm thinking GT.
There's a lot of people that'll come, you know, to Australia and to other places to target nothing but the GTs.
First GT.
See those silver streaks on the back?
Beautiful.
You got vertical streaks all along the back, on the shoulders and that.
Yeah, magnificent fish.
Spanish Fly is brought to you by Berkley. Berkley, the edge you need for fishing in the zone. Raymarine, the world leader in marine electronics. Cannon Downriggers, leaders in controlled depth fishing. SHIMANO, tomorrow's tackle today.
What's the depth?
60 metres?
I like 60 meters.
Yeah.
That's a nice round number.
It is. It's a lot.
It's 10 more than 50.
It's a lot better than 100.
50 with 10 more meters.
Very perceptive. Let's just see if we can get one here. Oh, we're on.
A little bit of weight, bro.
Oh. Could be a trevally of some sort. Jeez, he's got some size. Got a bit of go.
How hard do I need to work him?
No, that's fine. It's pretty flat bottom here. He's not going to bust you off on the reef. It's just nice. It's a decent fish.
decent fish, bro. Come on.
It's a nice fish, this one. I'm not sure if it's a doggy or a GT yet. I'm thinking GT.
I'm going with GT.
Are you really?
Yeah. Just that the thump, thump, thump in the rod.
Right.
And the fact that he hasn't been off on one big, huge, screaming run.
Thankfully. There's people who come, you know, to the Pacific and Australia and other places in that immediate area to do nothing but target that one fish, the GT, the giant trevally. And then on top of that, they're a jack, so they're an extremely powerful fish. This is a lot like work.
Yeah. That's GTs. They're tough.
Bulldogs, that's what they are. Put their heads down and go.
Right.
A little bit of colour down there.
Way down. A GT. This will be another first for me.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
This is first GT as well. 3 firsts in one day. That could be good.
Not a bad size either.
Yeah, he'd have to be 15 to 18 kilo model at least.
Yeah, it's a GT.
Is it really?
Yep.
Yeah.
GT. Very nice.
Right, I'm opening the door here, Jose, so just
Okay,
be careful.
Look at that thing, huh?
It's like a tuna, they turn side on.
Uh-huh.
Use the side of their body.
Gnarly looking things, huh?
Be careful with the problem.
Yeah. I'm just kind of letting him
There
decompress
he
a
is.
little bit, you know? Look at this thing. Golly.
He's all really fat. Been down there eating all that bait.
Uh-huh. Good job, mate.
Good fish.
Good job, bro.
Well done.
Yeah.
First GT. Awesome.
Maybe if he's got scoots around tail.
Yeah, he can't. Don't
Yeah,
grab his
gotcha.
tail.
Yeah, just hold him there.
Oh, mate, that's beautiful right there, mate.
See those silver streaks on the back?
Beautiful.
You got vertical streaks all along the back, on the shoulders and that.
Yeah, magnificent fish. Let's send him home.
Send him home.
I'll just go forward slowly. Okay, we're just going to swim him a bit.
He's shaking. He's looking good, guys.
Beautiful.
Happy as can be, swimming away friskily.
Beautiful.
Very nice one.
Well done. Another first.
Excellent. Very, very nice.
Good stuff.
Man, that's good.
Yeah, they're tough fighters, those things.
Good job, team. Very good, brother.
Excellent, well done. That's good. Let's see if we can get you another one. Get you really worn out.
This is
They're,
awesome, awesome. That's 3 firsts in a day.
3 firsts.
3 firsts.
That's unbelievable.
Just imagine, you know, you fly in this float plane and you land on this beautiful coral atoll, right? You pull up to this beautiful boat and you get off and you're like, you know, you're like a kid, you know? And then you get in a boat and you go out to this reef and you throw a lure out there and you catch your first species of something you've never caught before. My first green jobfish, although it's, you know, it's a hard thing to describe, you know, and then you carry on and you drop down a jig and you jig it a couple times and boom, you know, here's a dogtooth tuna, another species you've never caught before, and you go and you fish around and here's a giant trevally, another species you've never caught before.
First GT.
You know, you put all those elements in a row, one after the other. You know, by the end of the first day, you know, you're exhausted. You know, you've had, in that one day, you've had so many firsts that, you know, your trip is made right there in that little period of time. Now, this is officially an old soldier, right?
It is.
This started out as a new jig this morning.
I tell you what, it's done pretty well catching a 30 kilo doggy and a 15, 18 kilo GT. That's
No doubt, huh?
That's not bad on the same jig.
Yeah, and a little tiny rod.
Yeah.
And to think that you still have 5 more days to look at and explore and fish for different species of fish you've never caught, you know, and that's the beauty of this whole operation. You know, you're a mothership in a remote, undiscovered area.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Become a better angler. log on to espnoutdoors.com.